Okay, here's a quick intro into the lighting mod here. Look how nice and bright this is. I'll show you the difference. I'll turn the light bay off here. Ready? Wow. That is so crazy different. I mean, this is almost unusable like this right now with the stock lights. And then you turn this sucker on. Ready for this? Wow. Very usable. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how I'm installing this light as well. I just showed you what it looks like at night outside. So this is actually the hood of the mower. I've just removed it. What's convenient is the lighting circuit is actually controlled by the ignition on the mower. And we're going to tie into that so that when we turn the mower off, the light also turns off if it happens to be turned on still. So that'll save us from accidentally draining the battery fully, which would really suck. And every time you fully drain a lead acid battery, that's what this mower takes. They lose capacity more. You have to restore them again eventually to get their capacity back. So we want to prevent that from happening at all. So literally the lighting circuit is right here. A lot of the Cub Cadet mowers, you unplug it. A lot of other riding mower brands have the same kind of concept. And then the other side plugs in right here. And we follow this down and it feeds one of the front headlights right here. And then it bridges over and feeds the other headlight. Well, what I've gone and done here is I've actually zip tied this nice cheap light I got right here with 2 zip ties on each side. Basically, you need to use 2 different zip tie strands because you want to try to keep it level and centered and secured well. If you just do one in the middle, then it's going to start looking not straight. It'll want to do this or this, but you actually keep it straight. If you have 2 separate ones and space them out a bit, and I found that in the center here, it lets me pitch the light actually. So if you notice, the face here is flat, but I have it pitched. And literally that's just held in place from friction, from the zip ties not having too much wiggle room, but just enough for me to go ahead and position it how I want it and then tighten the zip ties down more. So that's nice. I gotta try to secure that more with electrical tape on the back side maybe if I really want to, but this feels pretty solid. But yeah. So on this side now, I'm just going to tie the lighting circuit in with little quick twist connectors. They're for electricity. And I think these ones will fit. I just pulled them out, so we'll find out in a minute here. And we have to twist these together because the materials are dissimilar and stuff. It's not easy to solder this. As you'll notice, the Cub Cadet circuit is copper. It's not like some other material like copper coated iron wire, I don't think, that sort of thing. And this is probably not copper. Check this out. Maybe the camera won't focus, but it's a silver color. It's not copper. You can see the difference is massive. So soldering these together is not going to be compatible, at least easily. So we will be twisting them together. I've attempted on many occasions and failed to try to solder copper wiring to non-copper wiring, and it just pulls apart. I don't know. Maybe you can leave a comment down below if you know how to do that properly, but I've never had success. So we'll just go ahead and twist these together and there'll be no issue. And I went ahead and cut the circuit here in a spot, so this was connected together here. And I stripped the wires down to a good length so I could twist them together to each other and these at the same time with the little twist connectors. You want to make sure you match up the polarity correctly. So all the reds in this case can be matched together because these are the positives. Here's Cub Cadet circuit, Cub Cadet circuit, and this is the extra light circuit here. And these reds will be connected together. And then the green one here is the ground or common wire, basically, negative wire, whatever terminology you want to use for the Cub Cadet. And this one here that's black, and the red stripe is your negative for this. Sometimes these are just solid black, doesn't matter. But yeah, okay, I'll twist these together and show you. Okay, I've just twisted all the right wires together. So we have our common wires or negative wires here. Then we got our red wires here, which are all our positive wires. These are nice and snug and secure. Basically tighten it down until it didn't want to turn anymore. So that's nice. And we're gonna go ahead and test this out. I'm gonna go ahead and loop this underneath here. Keep these from moving around. These aren't long enough, but maybe I'll secure this somewhere else nicely here, inside of here. But I'll literally just go ahead and plug the hood in now to the mower and then turn the ignition switch on and see if they light up. All right, Dad, try it out. Ta-da. Pretty good.
That's bright.
Oh yeah, look at that.
You could land planes with this thing.
Yeah, and I intentionally curved it down a little bit so it wasn't blind drivers and stuff because we are by a street. So yeah, see it's angled down. That looks great. Just a little bit of light coming from this. Maybe I can turn that off and get a better look there.
Can you open the door? I gotta bring it.
Yeah, hold on. Here, turn it back on. You ready?
Yep.
Ta-da! Awesome. I'll have to check that out at night too. Okay, and here we are at nighttime. Booyah. Look how bright that is. I have a nice 180-degree beam basically going from left to right. So I'll get off the mower too and show you this. Yeah, it looks nice. I guess for standing in front of it, maybe 20 feet away. It's a little blinding, but it's not like ridiculous. It's not like the light bars you see on some vehicles like Jeeps and stuff, and they leave them on by accident. Those are extremely direct. But this is just like 120 little LED cobs that are spread out on here, so it's really not that bad. I could easily work outside with this thing running. If I wanted to now, I can even use this as portable lighting outside. I can just drive the mower to wherever I need to work. So here's a better perspective of what this looks like. I'll try to adjust the camera to better match what I'm seeing if I can, brightness wise. Right there is about good. So yeah, you could really work on a car or something outside if you had to at night like this. You know, what's nice is you don't need the engine running for much because these lights are low power draw. It's not going to drain the battery that fast unless the battery is shot basically. So I'd be comfortable leaving it on battery power for a while like this. And the mower itself does have its onboard generator basically for recharging the battery, so that's nice. You don't want to accidentally pull too much wattage or you literally will not be able to charge the battery. It'll be out competing it basically. And this light turns off too. There's a little power switch on here. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the stock lighting. This is like not really that usable. I mean, that's why I put this bar on here in the first place. It's a little bit aimed down in the front of the motor, but it also spreads pretty far. It's just not that bright. This motor only has 153 hours on it too, so it's not like the lighting is like degraded like crazy. It's just not super bright. If I had the motor running right now, the lights would be a little bit brighter because the voltage of the circuit goes up a bit. Like right now it's probably at 12.7 volts because that's just the standby battery voltage when it's charged. When it's running, it'll be like probably 14.2 or so, exactly like a car alternator. It's the same kind of concept. But yeah, so that's that basically. So pitch black, and then lit up, and then I'll turn this nice beam on here with the camera facing this way. Ready? Boom. Night and day difference. It's pretty amazing. So here's a video of my shed. Like I'm gonna pull out and mow and just turn the ignition on. Boom, whole yard lit up. That's about 100 feet to the house from here. I can see most of the grass pretty perfectly. Probably halfway there. I could easily mow or mulch leaves at night and fall if I had to, which is perfect because the sun goes down so early. Okay, and just to show you the lights I'm installing, these light sticks here, they're indoor rated. So the mower actually cannot get rained on. We never drive it in the rain, and we never actually park it out in the rain or anything like that. It always stays in the shed, and it only mows in good weather when it's not like super muddy out or anything basically. And that's for the longevity of the mower. But so these lights that are indoor rated are fine for this application. Even if it was like misting a little bit, I imagine these wouldn't really care. You just don't want water accumulating on them or anything like that, obviously, because they're not watertight at all. These are indoor rated. So these are extremely lightweight. It's kind of ridiculous how light they are, and it's nice. And they're 1500 lumens. They only draw about 8 watts. Just looking at the little specifications. Placard here, 12 volts input, so motor is about 12 volt system, especially when it's off. When it's running, it's about 14 volt. That's fine, it's not going to care. The rated current is about 0.8 amps, so not even an amp of draw for this thing, which is fantastic. So that'll definitely help the battery last a while too, if I decide to just run it without the engine running for like a light station basically at night, which is something I'll probably end up doing. The length of it is about a foot. So I don't have a ruler here unfortunately, but yeah, just about a foot, nothing too crazy. And each of these were not even $4 a piece. So this is a 4-pack I bought, 2 per box, and that with taxes came out to like $15. So the shipping was included as well. So if you can find these cheap, I got them from Temu. You can find them all over the place. They're branded different things basically, but they're the same. Most of the time it's the same thing. This is actually an aluminum back here, it feels like. It doesn't feel like plastic. I think it's aluminum. Either way though, it's decently good build quality. It's not like super easy to bend or anything. I'm applying a lot of force here. It's not wanting to snap or warp, so it probably is aluminum. And I imagine the fact that the edges are curved helps it keep its shape, which is nice. So yeah, these lights here were definitely a success. The cord here I think is supposed to be 17 inches long or something, they might have said. Doesn't seem to be that long, but it's definitely at least a foot. So the idea is though you attach this to another wire, and in my case I just used the little electrical twisties, and I stripped these ends a little bit more on the one I installed on the mower. So yep, not bad. But yeah, if you liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or anything, go ahead and drop them down, questions, that sort of thing. And please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.